If you want to know the true measure of a man, watch what he does with power, how he handles his opponents, how he treats his wife and family, and what he does with his influence. But fundamentally, as Martin Luther King Jr. taught us, and I quote, "The true measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of convenience and comfort, but where he stands in times of challenge and difficulties." End of quote. In other words, the true measure of a man is how he behaves when misfortune hits. And the question before us today,
very frankly, that Senior Counsel Mwite was basically giving evidence. He has not told us where, or if he has told us, the medical institution where the Deputy President is. But for the Deputy President to fail to bring evidence, credible evidence before the House that he's been admitted, even that evidence that has been admitted to a medical institution, we don't have it. We would rely on the evidence from my senior counsel, Paul Mwite. That is evidence. But in practice, I can say without a fear of contradiction, there are many times where people are represented even in medical documents, and later on they've been found to be fake, if I may use that word. I think the thing that the Deputy President should have done, we should have had one of the doctors here, at least to tell us about his admission and about his condition, because up to 1:15, the Deputy President was here. He was not evacuated from here in an ambulance. And if I can give evidence from the bar, he went to his office, and again, there's no evidence that he was evacuated in an ambulance. He went to Karen Hospital in himself to check at the hospital. So I think our constitutional duty is to live by what the Constitution requires of us. The greatest prejudice, for me, I was looking forward to cross-examine the Deputy President. But unfortunately, the story that has been told does not include cross-examination of the evidence of the Deputy President, which is on record. But because we are time-bound, and as my London friend Eric Gumba said, we are prepared to go by the evidence in record. The prejudice is to us. The sickness of the Deputy President is affecting us more because we would want to cross-examine him. But he has evidence in record which we cannot test by the way of cross-examination. And there's no assurance that on Tuesday, the Deputy President would be here. Finally, we can also say from here that there are many cases that have been filed all over, including in Malindi today, that has to do with the proceedings that are going on here. So I am in a position to say that this health condition in which the Deputy President is, and I sympathize, may be opportunistic in the absence of medical evidence from a doctor. It may be opportunistic. And I saw him when he came in. I'm not a doctor, but there was nothing to suggest that he was in the condition that Honorable Counsel has been talking about. So do the senators now turn into a jury to make a decision on the basis of evidence presented from the bar by senior counsel without no documentary proof of where the Deputy President is and what ailments he is suffering from? I think the more important duty for this Senate is to comply with the Constitution. And we urge you to comply with the Constitution and proceed with the hearing of this impeachment proceedings. So thank you.
Order. Order, members. Honorable members, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 42.1, I wish to report to the House that today morning I have received a message from His Excellency the President regarding the nomination of Professor Kithure Kindiki, EGH, to fill the vacancy which has occurred in the office of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya following the impeachment of the previous office holder. Honorable members, as you are aware, Article 149(1) of the Constitution provides as follows, and I quote, "Within 14 days after vacancy in the office of the Deputy President arises, the President shall nominate a person to fill the vacancy and the National Assembly shall vote on the nomination within 60 days after receiving it." Honorable members, as you are aware, for a person to hold the office of Deputy President, the person must meet the requirements specified in Article 148, as read together with Article 137 of the Constitution. In the message, His Excellency the President indicates that as a prerequisite to the nomination, he sought and received confirmation from the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, that the candidate is qualified to vie for election as a member of Parliament in accordance with Article 137(1) of the Constitution. Further, His Excellency the President confirms that he has sought and received clearances from the following institutions with respect to the candidate. 1. The Kenya Revenue Authority, KRA. B. The Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, EACC. C. The Directorate of Criminal Investigations, DCI. D. The Higher Education Loans Board, HELB. And E. The Commission for University Education. Honorable members, in a testament to the foregoing, His Excellency the President has annexed the following documents in relation to his nominee. A. Certified true copy of his certificate of birth. B. Certified true copy of his national identity card. C. Certified copies of his university degrees and other academic certificates. D. Certification of foreign university degrees by the Commission for University Education. E. Passport size photograph. F. Curriculum vitae and testimonials. G. Confirmation of compliance with Article 137 of the Constitution from the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC. H. Confirmation of citizen status by the National Registration Bureau, Office of the Registrar of Persons. I. Confirmation of membership status in a political party from the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties, ORPP. J. Policy party membership confirmation from the United Democratic Alliance, UDA. K. Chapter 6 of the Constitution, statutory clearances on leadership and integrity from 1. Tax compliance certificate, Kenya Revenue Authority. 2. Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. 3. Certificate of good conduct from the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, DCI. 4. Compliance Higher Education Loans Board. And 5. Credit report and certificate of clearance from the Credit Reference Bureau. In view of the foregoing, honorable members, and having perused the attached documents, I am satisfied that the candidate meets the requirements under Article 148 as read together with Article 137 of the Constitution to fill the vacancy in the office of the Deputy President. Consequently, the nomination is properly before the House for purposes of the decision required under Article 149(1) of the Constitution. Honorable members, Article 149(1) of the Constitution suggests that states that upon receipt of a nomination of a person to fill a vacancy in the office of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, the House is required to vote on the nomination. Considering that the House is scheduled to proceed on recess at the rise of the House this afternoon, I'll convene a meeting of the House Business Committee immediately hereafter to deliberate on the next steps to be taken by the House. Thereafter, I will guide the House on the decision of the House Business Committee, and the House is accordingly guided. I thank you.
Mungu awabariki na Mungu awalinde. Asanteni sana.